Hello everyone and welcome to the 2026 Toyota Prius, and we have it here in the top spec limited trim with the all-wheel drive system. Now this is not the plug-in hybrid Prius, this is the regular hybrid. So we have around 194 horsepower from our 4-cylinder hybrid synergy drive powertrain up front, and of course we have this all-wheel drive system, which is a electric motor on the rear axle, sending power to all four wheels when needed in kind of low slip and very low speed situations, I've noticed as well this week. We have our kind of hybrid synergy drive system here, so we have drive, reverse, neutral, as well as a engine braking style mode. We also do get drive modes in this Prius as well, so we have eco, normal, sport, and custom. Custom, you really can just adjust the steering adjustment and your kind of drivetrain level there. So they don't really do too much different things. We have an EV Force mode as well, and really great 360 cameras in this new Prius as well. We have a digital rear view mirror, parking assist even now, so it can automatically park itself. It isn't the best system, I would say, but you do have it here as a feature. But let's go take this thing out on a drive. Reverse, that's pretty much an explanatory thing here. I love the sounds we have in the Prius, so all hybrids and EVs make that cool kind of spaceship-esque sound, and the Prius happens to do it as well when you lock and unlock it, and you can adjust that sound. This also has a really great turning radius, so if you're in a tight parking spot or parking lot, for example, the relatively small size of the Prius makes it pretty easy to go around in circles, as you can see right now, which is a pretty nice little fun feature there. So nice, good, small, tight turning circle for a perfect daily commuter hybrid vehicle here. Now we're starting off here in eco mode. Unique turn signal sound here on the Prius. And in eco mode, it really does prioritize lower speed driving. We'll pop on our energy flow monitor here so you can kind of see what's going on. We even have an all-wheel drive system monitor and the upper screen over there, but it's just so small. I'm not even going to put it up for you guys right now. Coming to a stop's really nice. We have auto brake hold as well as a feature, so that works pretty well. You do have to activate it every single time you get in the vehicle though, so keep that in mind. And you can actually have that 360 camera come on every single time you come to a stop, so if that's something you like, you can have that as well. The seamless transition between the battery and the EV system and the actual motor in this car is really nice. I think that's something Toyota has perfected over the past 10, almost like 20 years of this technology, and it really is one of the great aspects of this vehicle. Though the engine itself is fine, it's reliable, it's a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, but it doesn't sound particularly good when it comes on. And I'm surprised to see there's quite a lot of droning and like almost vibration through the steering wheel actually, and the kind of floor area over here. Now, this is a economy vehicle at the end of the day. You're not going to be expecting that higher level of isolation and refinement, but I would have hoped over all these years they could have, toned that out just a little bit more. But daily driving, you get used to it quite quickly. It's just the unique aspect of this Prius's drivetrain here. We have a single zone climate system in this vehicle as well. Works pretty well. Heats up really nice, and we have a ventilated and heated seats up front here, which is really great. And some hot weather climates as well, so that's a nice feature to see. Heading off here, we're still in eco mode. I'm gonna pop it into, oh, lots of vibration going on there. We'll pop it into normal mode now. And one thing I do really like about the Prius is the suspension's actually really great. This is a pretty light vehicle as well. It's only around 3,200 pounds, so it doesn't have a lot of mass to kind of move around. So they've done a great job at having a pretty soft-ish suspension on this vehicle. Soaks up bumps pretty well, even some harder, deep potholes and stuff I found this week. It's done a good job at, even with these larger wheels we have fitted to this limited trim. I actually really like that part about the Prius. And the chassis tuning and the body control is also really good on this vehicle as well, which also surprised me this week. Unfortunately, that doesn't translate over to the steering. Kind of feels a little bit rubber bandy for my taste, but thankfully how the Prius carries itself through a corner to the rest of the vehicle is actually quite reassuring and pretty well sorted out. So I think they did a good job on that front there. We'll pop it into the sport mode just for this one highway bit here, because I typically have not driven this vehicle in sport mode this week, but the engine does stay on, which obviously isn't going to get you the best fuel economy. And just under 200 horsepower in a vehicle that's around 3,200 pounds, really not that bad. So it's pretty quick actually. doesn't do so with a great sound or overall feel, but you do get up to speed very, very quickly in this Prius with no complaints there. So I really don't have an issue in that department. And I'm going to take it out of sport mode very quickly because this car is not meant to be driven in said mode. It's meant to be in normal, eco, or set up that custom mode, however you like it. Now, out on the highway, this is a pretty aerodynamic vehicle. So generally, it kind of cuts through the air quite well. It isn't the quietest vehicle on the road, even in said limited trim we have here. So yeah, you will still hear some tire and road noise coming from underneath the floor, and you will ever so now and then hear a little bit of some wind noise, but I haven't really picked up on that too much this week. Generally, it's been pretty quiet in that overall department there, which is nice. Passing power and acceleration is good, but it does get loud in this cabin from that engine, so keep that in mind. And we also get, you know, Toyota's Safety Sense 3.0, their latest safety sense system here. So this gets the full radar adaptive cruise control. You literally press a button and it's activated just like that. And you can see all your green lights in your digital cluster, if you can actually see from my camera view here. So that's a really nice feature there. It does a pretty good job with lane centering and steering assist as well. So it's taking this curve. Obviously, you have to have your hands on the wheel at all times. This is not a hands-off system, but it does a really good job at it, and it makes longer commutes really great. It regens as well in the adaptive cruise control mode. So if you're coming up to a vehicle with your following distance or in traffic, it actually is a really, really great system to use. So I don't have any complaints there. Blind spot works really well, and this also has Toyota's pretty trick proactive safety control systems. And what that really does is it has two features called speed assist and deceleration assist, and I think the deceleration assist is the really cool thing. So it almost acts as an adaptive or regenerative braking mode. So if I get closer to a vehicle, for example, and this really plays a lot in city driving or around town traffic, it automatically will just start to induce that regenerative braking just a little bit, and you can set the sensitivity of it in your settings as well. I think that that's a really cool feature, and a lot of their vehicles do have it these days, which is nice. But again, highway driving is pretty good in this thing. Around day-to-day driving in city environments, though, I think the Prius does a really great job at. And if you want the most maximum efficiency Prius, you're going to want to go with the front-wheel drive one. But I'm happy to say that this all-wheel drive Prius, since it uses an electronic rear motor for the rear axle, it's not always really running all the time. So it still is actually really efficient. And even in this limited trim with the larger wheels, you know, a little bit some trim pieces that, you know, normally would really take a big dent in fuel economy, the Prius does it in a way where it still actually is pretty efficient. So I've been getting around, you know, 44, 50 miles per gallon this week, depending on my driving style. And I've driven 111 miles this week in this Prius. And I actually think the fuel gauge has gone up. It went down a little bit, and now it seems to be back up, which is pretty crazy. So you drive a little more efficiently, and this range is just nuts in this car. You really can get like 500 plus miles out of your Prius, which is really impressive actually. So especially in these times right now where fuel is expensive, I think the Prius and hybrids are making so much more sense for a lot of people who don't want to jump straight into a full EV just yet. And again, around town, handling bumps, it's just actually really compliant. As a passenger as well in the vehicle, I think that's a huge aspect to this Prius, as these are really commonly used as taxis and ride-hailing vehicles in the United States here. I think it's pretty comfortable of an overall experience. You have a lot of storage spaces in here, Prius, and the lineup is huge. You can go all the way down from like around 29 grand, the starting price, up to this pretty decked out $40,000 Prius here. And there also is still the plug-in hybrid you can opt for as well. But I think the hybrid honestly makes a lot more sense at the end of the day. You don't have to worry about plugging it in. You can just kind of drive it and still get incredible fuel economy. And if you are a real hybrid nerd, you can go all out, hypermile this thing, do a little bit of some modifications to get like crazy fuel economy numbers. But I'm glad to see the Prius is still sticking around, and just the importance of this vehicle is so big. It really did kind of spearhead the whole modern hybrid movement, and now pretty much every single Toyota is or can be had in a hybrid. So what once started out as the small little Prius family and a few hybrid Toyotas here and there, you have a hybrid Toyota for pretty much every single model they make. So there really is a fuel efficient vehicle now for everyone and every size and every family as well, which is really great. Now this Prius again has a lot of useful interior physical buttons, like I mentioned in our full touring review. So we have heated steering wheels, really easy to access, automatic high beams as well as easy to access, windshield wiper deicer, physical climate controls here, everything we all complain about in a lot of modern vehicles. Toyota just does really well with physical buttons here. There are a lot to get used to, so you can definitely take your time, especially if you're coming from an earlier Prius. This is a little bit of a big upgrade, but I think it's a good upgrade. The screen's pretty close to you as well. You have wireless Apple CarPlay, for example, which is a really great touch. We'll hop out into the highway just one more time here, get a little bit more sense of this acceleration in our Prius. You can see we've been driving around in EV mode in the city environments here, so it's pretty quite smooth, but we'll disrupt that to put it into sport mode for just a second. I'll listen to this acceleration. It's pretty quick, gets up to speed nice and well, so really no issues there for day-to-day driving. And it is the most happiest, obviously, in eco mode as a Prius. But overall, I've been pretty pleased with this vehicle over the course of the week. There are some little quirks and things that I wish could be a little bit better. I don't really like this JBL audio system, and this is technically the upgraded audio system. I don't think it's that good, actually. I would like to see a little bit of an improvement there. There are vehicles in this price range that have incredible audio systems, specifically from the Mazda family of vehicles there. And also this A-pillar, as I continually keep complaining about in my video for this car, is a little bit frustrating. I've had to do a little bit of some reach arounds to see around it, and I've noticed this in modern electric vehicles that have this really aggressive raked roofline up front here, such as the Lucids actually have this issue, I've noticed as well. It's just because of the aerodynamics and how far they rake the roofline back, it creates this little bit of a blind spot, despite having all of this glass over here to help you see a little bit better. But that's really just one of the many few complaints I actually have of this Prius. It's overall really well sorted out vehicle. It just feels like it's just going to keep going and going and going forever just from driving it. But obviously, if you want something a little bit nicer, you do have the option of stepping into something like the Lexus UX as well. They're kind of small hatchbackish style vehicle. We used to have the CT200 from Lexus, which was kind of like the luxury Prius in a sense, but I think that's a perfect modern example of a luxified Prius style vehicle. So you got options there. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining me on a full tour and review and first ever drive on Allcarnews of a Toyota Prius. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and follow for more for all videos, news, and stuff around cars. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Cheers.